guys, hope everyone's staying safe and indoors. I thought I'd make this quick video on updating you about the current market situation and how real estate prices are affected. I usually talk to a lot of buyers and sellers on a daily basis, and I get asked 4 questions very frequently. So I thought I'd just address those 4 questions, and if you had more questions, feel free to reach out. The first one is, are real estate prices going down? And the short answer is yes, but the real answer is not quite. And the reason why is because listings have dropped in the amount that are out there, and sales have obviously reflected that, but prices haven't actually taken as much of a hit. And I have an example to show you. So if you were to look at this example here on the amount of transactions done, we're comparing March 2019 versus 2020, and it clearly indicates the amount of transactions were higher this March despite the COVID situation. However, looking at a more microscopic example here, the prices in February were higher than the prices in March. And that's obvious, right? Like, there weren't as many people going out to see homes. There weren't as many listings selling. So it's obviously reflective of what happened there. However, if we were to compare these prices with last year's March, we're actually still up. We're still up 14%. And that's what this example shows here, that despite the shift in the market, we're still on an average sales price higher than we were last year. But again, if we were to compare average prices in February versus prices in March, they did take a 1% hit. So what this goes to tell you is, if this continues and businesses are shut down, we might see an up to a 10% reduction in prices, possibly. What will that do? I mean, that's really going to just pull us back to the prices in March of last year, or maybe sometime in the fall. So really, I mean, even if a 10% reduction were to happen, we're just going back a few months because of the growth that we were already seeing in the real estate market. The next question is, are there opportunities for buyers? Yes, there are opportunities, but let's not look at this in a predatory way, guys. There's people out there that just lost their jobs, or their businesses are no longer running, and they're just caught in unfortunate times. That doesn't ask, like, as a human being, it's not right to be taking advantage of such a situation. However, there are still opportunities out there for buyers and sellers that just can't wait and just have to move. So I wouldn't fully rule it out, but just to be mindful that ethics is important in this kind of a situation as well. The third question is, can buyers still buy homes without looking at them? Without COVID, we still had buyers buy homes without looking at them. If it was a pre-construction property, how did people purchase them? Just by looking at a floor plan, talking to a salesperson, and imagining how the home would look like in a couple of years from now. It's the same idea. And what I've done is I have a quick process that I show my clients on how we're doing buying, how the whole process is working now. So we usually would do what's called a virtual consultation over either a Zoom call or Facebook call. We'll just discuss your needs versus your wants. And if things check off, I'll send you a few properties that meet your requirements. If you like them, we can do what's called a virtual showing. And that's really just a walkthrough, either with the seller doing a FaceTime call with us to really show us areas of the house that we may not see in a picture, or do a 3D walkthrough, and that's really a 3D report of the house, and allowing you to picture yourself actually in the property, walking through freely from any place in the house. So that's really the same idea, I mean, as a pre-construction, but you get a little bit more of a visual of the house. And if you do like the property, we can do signatures electronically, deposits can be wired, virtual appraisals can be done. So appraisers are adapting to doing appraisals without actually going into the property. And if things check off, here's where we actually have to go inside the property when there's a home inspection required. Inspectors just ask us to actually have one decision maker of the family be present during the inspection, as opposed to the entire family. And we'll ensure the property is vacant so the sellers step out during the inspection. But things can be actually done even in this situation. As far as closing goes, that's between the lawyer and yourself. Usually it can be done remotely, but you might be required to come in during the closing time to actually sign papers physically. The next question: what will happen to the market if things go back to normal, or when they go back to normal, I should say? Well, we're going to see the prices bounce back hard. I think the market's going to come back roaring because we didn't really have a spring market. And based on the trend since March or since January, prices were going up 20% every month. Now that we've taken a little bit of a hit, once things go back to normal, there's going to be all these sellers and buyers that have been waiting to get into the market to just pounce on every opportunity. So we'll probably see our what we call spring market, which is usually the highest time of real estate, be pushed back to the summer or fall months. So we'll still see that busy time of the year, but just at a different point of the year itself. And the most important question: if you're at home for 2 months, should you cut your own hair? The answer is absolutely not. Do us all a favor and don't cut your own hair. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for more videos on Real Talk with Sid.